Hi, good morning. Welcome to Rise Beloved. It's a Sunday here, November 24, 2019. It's time to turn the relevance into an understanding. This is a new series and it's called Childbirth series. Why childbirth? Well, that's the word that came to me when I said, what's the name of the series? And I was looking at the passage in the Bible and my eyes went to the word childbirth. So childbirth it is. And I think it's very appropriate because in this series I will be sharing with you unabridged channel poems. That means these are not edited. These are shared here, written and read to you as exactly as they came out. So how these are written, I've used what they call automatic writing, and more of the descriptions of the process is on my first book of poems called Whispers of Unconditional Love. It's a red book, unabridged channel poems for spiritual awakening. It's on Amazon.com. The link is on the description box. So the topic for today is called Light is Winning. These are new poems not included in the first book. I'll just read them. I won't be explaining them. Probably just application on present situation, but not necessarily line by line, because I myself would every now and then get back to the poems that come out, and it gives me understanding of present situations. So the ones who read this would have their own understanding of it. As they say, for those who can hear, let them hear. For those who can see, let them see. So it applies to these kinds of poems. Haywire. The rattled mind is the devil's energy. Stand your ground when in front of it. Speak truth and let them handle it. You are protected. Evil will back off. Their time has come for contemplation. Check your ego for any residue of it, so you can stand firm with love. Follow your heart, wear it on your sleeves, so those you love will catch it. They too are thirsty beneath the rubble. They're seeking freedom with the ego mind. Respond to them where they are. Speak the language of love. Your souls are communicating. They may not know it yet. Stay in the dance, and they will. They recognize the light and see truth, connecting the dots to see who is who. In this battle of light and evil, we win. The flicker of light in each one leads their way. Each one is ready to walk the path. Come back to me. Stay steady in your center. I remember I had a dream last month, and it was about the late Cardinal Sin here in the Philippines. It was because of his call that we had the first peaceful revolution. It was in 1986. The world has seen the first peaceful revolution along the longest national highway in Manila called EDSA. That's why we have the EDSA revolution. It was filled with millions of people. There was no death, no single shot. And after several days, the government of martial rule collapsed. So this was Cardinal Sin in my dream. It looked like him, and I said, oh, there's Cardinal Sin again doing his thing, because he was in this podium with a mic. And then at closer look, I noticed that it was a guard of a building, like a church building, and he was exposing corruption. He was reading a list. And I don't know how many days it was after that I saw this YouTube channel about the alleged corruption on Peter Spence. It was exposed by a man standing in front of the Vatican. His YouTube channel was called something like Militant. So there it was. I remember my dreams. This is what's happening now in the bigger scale But what is outside is also inside. So we cannot point our fingers on others. There are those like the militant channel who has that purpose to expose corruption in institutions. But for us who are able to witness and watch these things, it means that there's a need to look within. It's mirroring. There's a counterpart of that in our life. When I looked at the Bible about troubles and persecution, Jesus was asked about it, and Jesus said, "Watch out and do not let anyone fool you. Many men claiming to speak for me will come and say, 'I am Messiah,' and they will fool many people. You are going to hear the noise of battles close by and the news of battles far away." That's what I'm saying. There are battles far away, but similar thing is happening very near you. It's right now. I'll continue it. "But do not be troubled. Such things must happen, but they do not mean that the end has come. Countries will fight each other. Kingdoms will attack one another. There will be famines and earthquakes everywhere. All these things are like the first pains of childbirth." So church, let's say, for example, is not just the Pope, not just the priest, not just the cardinals. It's a soul. It has a soul journey. That's a collective of everyone that's in there. And so that collective consciousness of everyone in the church will determine where it will go. But then we are promised that it does not mean that it's the end. It's part of a birthing process. So right now what I see is that there are people in strategic positions in our society, even in our community. They may be in government. They may be in the communities. And these people have light and shadow. And without them knowing it, probably just because of a sense of right and wrong, people in different positions are now closing in on those that are holding the devil energy. What's the devil energy? I like the way the tarot explains the devil energy as people who are chained by their own wrong choices. So it's a misuse of freedom. In the drawings, the chains about their necks are loose and therefore they can be removed at will. So only we ourselves can release ourselves from this devil energy. So the evil energy is now aware that what is being done is now exposed. Everybody knows. So they're backing off. That's Haywire. You see them just raising havoc. But if we work on ourselves, we can be an observer of all these things without being affected so much, to stay in your center. And you don't need to be out there, but in your own room while you're meditating to send out light and love to your surroundings, to the world, to the universe. With that, here's another poem that's called The Master. Mastery has no teacher. It is the self being itself. There is no coach either. How can you coach a master? Volunteer not to be anyone's teacher. Just give what they ask. If you can, not if you must. Even the angels wait to be asked. No one has power over anyone. A master shows by example. A teacher teaches when asked. It is not anyone's place to insist. Truth is in everyone and everything. Know they will come to their own knowing in their time, choosing, and space. Focus on your own mastery. See, feel, and do what the prophets did. It's the joy, not the sacrifice, they followed. No desert, darkness, nor gloom can stop. They are all here in this day and age, in spirit and body, journeying with you every step of the way. We're all on a journey. Even for Jesus, for example, there has been a lot of debate even in the church whether Jesus was divine or whether he was human. Well, he was both. Only as a human being, we know that he came into awareness of his divinity because he too had karmic shackles that he had to deal with. All the prophets did that before they met their soul and knew who they really are, and that's when they became the masters that they are. We have been looking for the Messiah outside, and yet in scriptures, even Jesus would say, God is within you, the kingdom is within you. There's this passage that says, look, here is the Messiah, or there he is, do not believe him. For false messiahs and false prophets will appear. They will perform great miracles and wonders in order to deceive even God's chosen people, if possible. Listen, I have told you this ahead of time. Or, if people should tell you, look, he is out in the desert, don't go there. Or if they say, look, he is hiding here, don't believe it, for the Son of Man will come like the lightning which flashes across the whole sky from the east to the west. There's a lot of symbols there. But towards the end of that passage, it says lightning which flashes across the whole sky. Within the person, lightning is like aha. It's insight. It comes all of a sudden. It's a realization. It's like when your own intuition has opened you to a new realization of yourself, and it comes like lightning. You don't know when it happens. How else can this happen? So the Bible has a lot of symbols. Even the Son of Man here, Son is the masculine in us. That's our personality that's outside in the world. That's the actor for our soul. East and west. The insight comes from the east, and that's where the sun rises in ourself. That's creativity. That's the right brain. To the west, to the linear mind, to the left brain. So that the whole body is illuminated. The whole mind is clear. So that's why you become a master. You are a master of light and dark. You have overcome darkness in yourself. Darkness is the absence of light. And you have focused a spotlight on that while doing the shadow work. So that when you see the same outside, you can do the same. The spotlight and the love that you've given yourself, that's what we give outside when in front of evil, isn't it? So that's it for today. Light is winning, remember. So stay focused. Know that you're protected and you are loved. This is Pilma II, and I hope to be with you again. Thank you for listening. If you're interested in more intuitive poems, there's a book that I just published. It has 75 poems. There are links below in the description box. Feel free to check it out. If the videos are helpful to you, do share it with someone that it will be helpful to. It's like helping others while helping yourself. Okay, that's it for now. Hope to be with you again. Bye. Have a great day.